we've talked about couples, we've talked about children, we've talked about individuals, we talked about adolescents, but we haven't talked about families. That's putting it all together. And when Tolstoy talked about every happy family is the same, but all unhappy families are different, he really hit the nail on the head. People wouldn't be coming for family therapy if everything was working right. But there's so many different things to have work right that when people come in, or you at home when you're trying to work it on your own, people don't really have a good idea about what's wrong. I'm always surprised that when I ask a father and a mother and a child, or more than one child, what they think the problem is, the major problem, it's different. And I figure, whoa, I'm always surprised at that. So the deal is, you have to get each person to say what they feel the most important problem is and how bad it is. And then everyone has to agree on what they're going to do to take steps to resolve the problem. And these steps, especially with a teenager, have to be perceived as fair. If the teenager feels like you're focusing on him and making him or her do it, they won't. And you cannot control a teenager. They get too many times off on their own. You have to get them committed and on board with it. And that means everybody gets to say what the problem is, everybody gets to say how bad it is, and then everybody has to be in on the decision about what you're going to work on, and then they have to feel that whatever you're doing is fair. I think that's probably the most important thing about family. Other than you need to be very, very careful about being positive rather than being negative, and you've seen that come up in other aspects of this little series of talks.